Colin from Accounts Season 3 delivers exactly what longtime fans were hoping for. It does not try to reinvent the series or dramatically change what made it special. Instead, it embraces everything that has always worked: heartfelt relationships, awkward humor, wonderfully natural dialogue, and characters who feel like real people trying their best to navigate messy lives. As the final season, it has the difficult task of bringing Ashley and Gordon's story to a satisfying close, and for the most part, it succeeds beautifully. The season opens by revisiting one of the most uncomfortable moments from the previous finale: Gordon's public proposal. Rather than immediately continuing from that scene, the story makes a bold decision by jumping ahead 3 years. That time skip immediately changes the emotional landscape. Ashley and Gordon have not spoken in years. Life has moved on. Ashley is now working as a general practitioner, while Gordon has left behind the brewery after a series of disastrous business decisions. His latest chapter finds him working under someone else's management, a major change for a character who always preferred doing things his own way. Both characters have also entered new relationships. At first glance, it seems like their story has already ended. Of course, anyone familiar with romantic comedies knows that this is only the beginning. The series cleverly resets its central relationship without making it feel forced. When Ashley and Gordon unexpectedly meet again, all those unresolved emotions immediately return. Their reunion takes place inside a medical clinic, an ordinary location that somehow becomes one of the funniest and most painfully awkward scenes of the season. Neither character knows exactly how to behave. Years of shared memories linger beneath every conversation. The result is classic Colin from Accounts. The humor never feels manufactured. Instead, it grows naturally out of uncomfortable silences, clumsy conversations, and people desperately trying to appear more comfortable than they actually are. That balance between comedy and emotional honesty has always been the show's greatest strength. One moment you are laughing at an absurd exchange. The next you are quietly reflecting on everything these two people have lost. The supporting cast also continues to give the series its unique personality. Ashley and Gordon may remain the emotional center, but the world around them still feels wonderfully alive. Kiara and Brett continue bringing warmth and humor through the brewery storyline, maintaining the feeling that this extended group of friends has become its own unconventional family. Ashley's parents once again provide some of the biggest laughs. Their ongoing commitment to the wonderfully ridiculous organization called Women Against Men remains just as delightfully eccentric as ever. Their scenes never feel like distractions. Instead, they reinforce the quirky world the series has carefully built across 3 seasons. The new romantic partners also serve an important purpose. David's dream of running a trout farm and his unfortunate allergy to dogs immediately make him memorable. Chelsea brings an entirely different energy, confidently insisting that people have not yet seen her most intense side. Neither character exists simply to create unnecessary drama. Instead, they highlight how much Ashley and Gordon have changed while quietly reminding viewers why their original relationship always felt different. What continues to elevate Colin from Accounts above many romantic comedies is its writing. Created by the same performers who bring the lead characters to life, the dialogue always feels authentic. People interrupt each other. Conversations drift unexpectedly. Jokes appear naturally instead of feeling carefully constructed. Even the emotional scenes avoid becoming overly sentimental because the characters continue behaving like imperfect human beings rather than idealized romantic heroes. The direction deserves equal praise. The series never rushes important moments. Awkward pauses are allowed to linger. Silence often communicates more than dialogue. That patient storytelling gives emotional scenes greater impact because the audience is allowed to sit with every uncomfortable feeling instead of immediately moving to the next joke. Structurally, the season follows a familiar romantic comedy formula. Two former lovers have built separate lives. Fate brings them back together. Old feelings slowly begin resurfacing. On paper, that premise is hardly original. Yet Colin from Accounts proves once again that execution matters far more than originality. The chemistry between Ashley and Gordon remains completely believable. Every glance, every awkward smile, every unfinished sentence reminds viewers why these characters became so easy to invest in from the very beginning. One of the series' funniest running jokes also continues. Despite giving the show its title, Colin the Border Terrier remains surprisingly unimportant to the central plot. That has always been part of the charm. The dog connects these characters without ever becoming the focus of the story. His presence quietly reminds viewers how one small accident changed multiple lives forever. Because this is the final season, every episode carries a stronger emotional weight than before. The earlier seasons constantly asked whether Ashley and Gordon could make a relationship work. Season 3 asks a more mature question. After time, heartbreak, and personal growth, can two people truly find their way back to one another? That subtle shift gives the final chapter a calmer and more reflective tone while still preserving the awkward comedy that defines the series. The ending never relies on grand romantic speeches or unbelievable twists. Instead, it earns its emotional payoff through years of carefully developed relationships and believable character growth. That quiet confidence is exactly what makes the conclusion so satisfying. Overall, Colin from Accounts Season 3 is a wonderful farewell to one of television's most charming romantic comedy series. It remains consistently funny, emotionally honest, and wonderfully understated from beginning to end. Rather than trying to reinvent itself for a dramatic finale, the series simply continues doing what it has always done exceptionally well, creating believable characters, awkwardly hilarious situations, and heartfelt moments that linger long after the credits roll. It is a fitting conclusion that feels earned, deeply satisfying, and a reminder that sometimes the best love stories are the ones that embrace life's imperfections instead of trying to smooth them away.